This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Somebody come get 'em, they're too old for TikTok.
Hello and welcome to Too Old for TikTok, episode 265. We have a lot of great TikToks to share today. It's, summer is winding down, which is really crazy to think about. But Catalina, how are you?
I resent you saying that summer is winding down. It's
almost August.
It's not even close to winding down.
I mean, August is the last month of summer, so
do you know when the seasons are?
Yeah, I count summer as ending Labor Day. That's what I count, even though it's not actually ended.
But also in the defense of summer, because my mother does this as well, where she complains about the winter every single day of winter. And then when it's summer, then is like summer's almost over. We have more than 4 weeks according to your schedule of summer.
Yeah, but I'm just it's over halfway done, which is why I'm upset. But that's okay. I'm not just greatly upset. I enjoy the fall.
That. I prefer not to think about that. I refuse to think about that. So now I'm bad. How are you?
You're bad. I'm okay. I had to go to Florida for a not fun reason last week with the baby, and my mother came and Ben's family. It was for Ben's grandfather's funeral, sadly. So that was a whirlwind of a week, but I'm back and I've been watching some TikToks to just disassociate, and that's been great.
Yeah, we do like the TikTok for the mind balm, as it were. But I'm glad that you were able to be with your family. And I'm sorry to Ben.
Yes.
And his family.
Shall we get into the TikToks?
Yeah, now that you told me summer is ending and then we talked about a funeral, I mean, how else could we possibly begin this podcast?
It can only go up from here, because what we're going to talk about next, something that you posted on TikTok and made a TikTok video of, is actually a really positive thing in your life and in others' life by, you sharing this with the TikTok world. Tell us about your thrifting experience.
Counterpoint. First, I'm going to explain the experience, and then I'm going to say the counterpoint to sharing with others, because I'm not actually really sharing with others, but that's intentional. So I recently went last week. As you know, I live in a home that we moved into about a year ago, and with work and travel and schedules, the first nail that we put in the wall was this week. So that is the pace at which we are moving into our home, which, for better or worse. But now that I'm home from España, I am taking the time that I don't have to physically go to work to try to advance some household duties. I also normally travel more during the summer, and I'm not traveling in this ample 4 more weeks, even though now I'm just thinking about the fact that whatever. Anyway, so
you're really hung up on this.
So much summer is left. And I went the other day to a thrift store. Here's the thing, Dina. Do you want to play the audio of my TikTok? Or
No.
do you want me to talk about it?
Well, the audio of your TikTok is it's lengthy and it's visual. So I think you need to give the Cliff Notes version here on the pod.
Girl, that was the Cliff Notes version. I don't know what to tell you.
But it was pretty visual, because you were describing what you got at the thrift store. But you should explain the specialness of your experience there.
Yeah, which is in my TikTok. But okay, yes, I will repeat
Just
myself. So I went to therapy. This is not in my TikTok. I went to therapy. I'm going to tell actually a longer version of this just to piss you off.
Wonderful.
My therapist forgot when our appointment was. So all of the stars had to align for this to happen. First, and I really feel like the stars aligned, because why? I never go in person, but for whatever reason, I had a therapy appointment in person. My therapist forgets the appointment. I message her saying, hey, I'm in your office. She says, this is not when the appointment is. She was wrong, but whatever. That's later. We find that out. I am not bothered because I'm pretty flexible. I just had one thing to do. So I said, okay, I'll move my schedule around. I'm such a good therapy client.
Best client
That's the goal
ever.
of everyone. And I decided to go do my little errand and then go back. So what does this mean? That the things I was planning on doing after therapy, I already got done. Therapy ends. It's 3 p.m. I'm supposed to go to my friend's house. And I had one other thing I wanted to do, which was to go to the Goodwill and look for a couple of items. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to see if there's a Goodwill up here in this area I'm never in. I go on my phone, I look at Google Maps, and I actually had a thrift store marked already that I'm pretty sure I had found because I followed a woman who lives in Columbus and does like thrifting content where she says places she goes and like whether or not, you know, just like gives reviews. And so I marked a bunch of the places. So I think that actually TikTok brought me to this place.
Amazing.
I show up. It is the best place ever because, so here's the thing. If you're not someone who thrifts, if you're Dina Greenbaum, don't go here. Do not ever, like you know, the Goodwill's not for you.
I'm not one to sift through. I can't find a good deal shopping. You know, I can't do that. It's not
for
a
you.
strength of mine.
It's not for you. And you know what? It doesn't have to be for everyone. No. But I'm someone who really enjoys it and I like poking around. And my philosophy is, the worse the place looks, the better deals you will often find. The more curated an atmosphere, you're fucked. Sorry. So you know what, Dina, if people who like, I actually saw a thing on TikTok yesterday, a creator showing or reacting to a video of Reformation, I guess, has a secondhand store now. The creator's name, sorry, I'm laughing because this creator has an absurd name. His name is Verified Blue Check Mark, fine, but then his name is Mark and in parentheses $14.99 a month. I don't know what that's a reference to. Anyway,
I'm not sure either.
He has a video reacting to someone who is at the Reformation vintage store looking at a dress from Talbot's, a silk dress from Talbot's with the Talbot tag. Guess how much Reformation is selling that dress for?
Oh, I have no idea. I'm going to say $200.
Well, you're wrong because it's like, hold on, I'm looking for the actual price. I can't, it doesn't matter. Over $300.
Oh, wow. I mean, 200 was close-ish, but that's a lot of money for secondhand.
For secondhand Talbots, Dina,
Right.
That's like selling, I don't know, the Magnolia line for $300. I mean, no, Talbots is a pretty, like, Talbots is a nice store. It has fine clothing, but Talbots brand new would never cost $300. Anyway, all this to say, you will catch me dead inside a Reformation vintage. So I go to this store and it looks like an explosion. And I was like, hell yeah. The woman working. So it's like a charity, right? I think it's like some sort of addict recovery and associated with a church probably, as a lot of these things are. And the woman working was a chatter. She first started chatting with me because I picked up an item, went up to her and was like, hey, like, what's the price of this? She informs me that it was kind of confusing the way she presented the information, but essentially the woman who normally runs the store, I would categorize her as a manager, given what I've learned. But she kept calling her the owner, but then she was talking about how she used to be the owner. I don't think anyone in this scenario is the owner. I think they're just like in charge of running the store, and then there's an owner above them. All this to say, woman working is annoyed with woman who sort of runs the store or owns quote unquote the store, because said woman who runs the store went on vacation and had like nothing was marked. She doesn't know how much anything costs, and she doesn't like her organization principles. In order to get through this, because she's doing her a favor, again, very confusing relationship, she's just letting anyone name whatever price they want. So,
which this is kind of like, this is a dream. I've been on the Penny Talk for the Dollar Tree and for the Home Depot, but if you go into a store, I would just say, what stops you to say, can I have this for a penny?
I think having shame and I think trying not to be an asshole, because
I guess you're right, it's for charity. You're right. I didn't think about that part.
If it were just and I mean, even if it's like, I don't know about this charity, but I should look into it more. It could be fake. It's not fake. It's not fake.
Well, let's assume it's real, but that's true. You don't want to.
It's for charity. You don't want to be an asshole. And actually, the more that I thought about it, and the more that I've engaged with this person, I'm like, I don't actually think they're doing a bad job of making money either, because it's kind of like going somewhere and thinking you're getting a deal. Because in her negotiation approach was very funny, because she basically would she gave me things for free, or would let me pay $1, but then randomly would be like, no, this is worth money.
Right.
And one thing she decided was worth money was this paper towel holder that then I looked up and it's worth $15.
And what'd you pay for it?
$3.
Oh,
or
okay.
$5.
Well, that's
but
a deal.
Still, it was.
There you go.
I know, but in the grand scheme of things, Dina, when I'm getting multiple $40 items for $1, then being forced to pay $5 for a stupid paper towel holder is really
it's all
funny.
Relative. Yeah,
it's all relative. It all evens out. Anyway, so I'm riding this high, and she has this warehouse in the back, and she starts, and you can see into the warehouse, and she starts saying all this stuff about how she used to let people go into the warehouse when she was the owner, but this woman doesn't, but she's going to clean it up so people can go in the warehouse because all this merchandise is just sitting there, no one can buy it, whatever. She lets me go in the warehouse, and that was when I truly ascended, because as someone who thrifts, being allowed to go into the merchandise that has not been picked over yet is wild. But you also, to the Dinas of the world, never go in there ever in your entire life, because you have to accept that you might see some things you don't want to see.
What?
Well, I mean, it is things people donate, right? But it hasn't been. But people are gross. Monsters.
Okay, so you might see a dirty item. You might see a mouse. You might see a cockroach. That type of thing.
A cockroach. Yes to all. First of all, you might see a dirty item. Everything is baseline dirty. Let's
there's
start
a layer
from there.
of dust baseline.
The amount
some
of
might
grime,
be more than others. Yeah.
As someone who goes to the pay by the pound, it's I normally have gloves. I did not have gloves, right? So there's that. A mouse for sure. I stepped in a goo trap.
You stepped in a mouse glue trap. Yeah, you
Yeah,
are the mouse.
I got trapped. I was the mouse getting trapped. I stepped in. I was like, "What the hell is this?" Luckily, the glue or the goo came off my shoe really quickly. Anyway, whatever. I start texting our TikTok Tertulia, and Ashley, friend of the pod, said, "Catalina, you have to make a TikTok."
It makes for a great TikTok. Yes.
Yeah, I agree. However, as someone who doesn't make TikToks, it's hard to make a TikTok. My hat is off to the people who make TikToks.
Yeah, editing takes a lot of time.
Even, I understand that you can just pop off a 30-second video and maybe it'll hit it big and you'll go viral and it's whatever. But even this video that I was trying not even to do much with, I was I can't be putting out a 12-minute video into the universe.
No.
And so I kept trying to talk faster.
Right, and you have to edit yourself. You have to edit the video. Then you worry about how you look.
No, didn't care about any of that. That was the part
great.
where I was just I'm disconnected. I am deciding to dissociate from, not even dissociate, just I decide I'm not dissociating. I'm not going to care about this because
Great.
It's a waste of my time and energy. Also, as someone who has to sometimes record herself for teaching, I'm and also with the podcast, I'm very much exposure therapy, fine with hearing myself, fine with editing my face. I'm just annoyed whenever I have to put time and effort into something that I don't really care that much about.
Right. But then in the end, so it's getting a lot of traction, but you're upset with the comments. Tell us why.
A lot is relative. I'm not upset with the comments. I do think it got pretty good traction. I've only ever had one TikTok go actually viral.
It was about student loans.
It was about student loans, and it was a very scary experience. As someone who talks about TikTok all the time and goes on TikTok all the time, I do not think I would want to be a creator because the comments are awful.
They're trolls. The trolls are cray.
Even if they're being nice, you're dealing with the masses in an unmitigated form. You have no content moderation, right? So with the student loans, the time that I decided I'm done dealing with this is when people just kept commenting well, what did you study? Where it's you should have to pay loans because you studied something that we determine is not valuable to society because we as a society have X idea about what education should be. And I'm just whoa.
That's very
and then as someone who, I'm Am I gonna waste my time engaging with this? Absolutely not. That's actually why hats off to Ashley, friend of the pod, who I've seen has been doing a lot more videos recently. Whenever people do troll comments, she's very good at just like either responding and being like, yeah, whatever, or just not responding.
Yeah.
So the thing that happened with this video is I didn't want to blow up this woman's spot if in fact she was doing something she shouldn't be doing. And so I didn't want to say where it was for two reasons. First of all, for that, to like protect this woman's privacy for like being kind of wild, even though everything I was saying was very complimentary toward her and continues to be. I'm just like, and now that I've been again, I'm like, I'm pretty sure this woman wasn't doing anything wrong and it doesn't matter whatsoever, but you don't know, right? And then the second thing is just code of conduct when it comes to, and this is the fine line I'd be interesting to know what you think about this. And it's not just like code of conduct when it comes to thrifting. It's just the notion of sharing information with the masses. There's a lot of repercussions to that. So the whole point of the video is it was amazing to go somewhere where no one else is. Right. And be able to do this thing and to have stumbled into this experience and be like, wow, I hit the jackpot because the stars align. If I start driving people to this establishment, it's not going to be that experience. So people are either going to be mad it wasn't that way for them, or it's going to stop and it's going to stop being that way for everyone, right? So everyone loses in that scenario.
Right. It's gatekeeping. It's definitely a conundrum. There's no right answer to it because you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. Recently, there's a drama on Facebook about a wedding dress that was gone wrong. Have you seen this?
No.
It's
on Facebook?
Sort of, oh my God, did I say Facebook? I meant TikTok. Jeez, I am very sleep deprived.
On Facebook, okay.
Oof, I meant TikTok. So a girl ordered what she thought was a custom wedding dress. Turns out basically she's assuming it's not custom. Whoever the designer was is accused of kind of like ordering from drop shipping and not custom designing this. And then the tailoring was all wrong. Anyway, she didn't say the name of this designer, this company, but everyone found out. Like somehow you find out, right? And then everyone goes over to that page. So that page has now since turned off their comments. So now whether that designer company is wrong or right, do they deserve basically going out of business because of one person's bad experience? And who do we hold truths to? Like, I don't think this creator was lying. It seems like she genuinely had a terrible experience. A lot of people say you're doing a favor, say the name so no one gets caught. I don't get my wedding dress from them, right?
Right.
Personally, I had a bad experience with my tailor at my wedding dress place, and I would tell my friends, like, yeah, I would not recommend going there. So you are doing a favor, but at the same time, there's repercussions for the masses knowing that, you know.
I think that someone would have to do something just like so abjectly wrong for me to want to blow up their spot in a public forum.
Right.
I've only done that in memory one time with something that had to do with like my parents, you know, and I was just like, burn it down.
Right.
And by the way, the place is called Casa Sur. It's a hotel in Buenos Aires, and it's the chain that Liam Payne, sorry, I'm getting mad and I'm holding the mic to me screaming. It is the chain that, not Liam Payne. Who was the One Direction guy
One
that
Direction.
died? Was it Liam?
Yeah, it was Liam.
Okay. I don't know why I was questioning myself on that.
Yeah, you're right.
It's the
Casa
same
Sur
hotel.
Palermo.
Yeah, okay. Well, Casa Sur Recoletos was also the worst. So the people who run that establishment are garbage, and I hate them all, and I wish it would go out of business.
There you go. Okay.
Anyway,
I think it's a very interesting
sorry,
discussion.
I have to wait. The people at Casa Sur Recoleta. I'm saying Recoletos because that's the name of a place in Madrid. Sorry.
Anyway, it's a very interesting conversation to have. And I think before social media or before Google reviews or any of that, like it was all word of mouth. So now it's this whole world that it's kind of like unfounded.
It is. You're bit by the hand that feeds you. It is the democratization of information without any sort of protections. And I'm not saying when I'm saying like regulation, like how do we mitigate mass audiences being driven to a place that potentially for businesses in particular, they would like that business, but it's the way that people, I mean, on a macro scale, it's a micro version of what we're seeing on a macro scale with like the impact of mass tourism, right? Mm-hmm. So Yeah, so I took a stand and I have some enemies now. It wasn't really enemies, it's just people being like, where are you? Where is it? Where are you? And like guessing. And then I made another video, and in that one I finally commented that I was in Columbus, because I was just like, whatever.
Yeah,
because I went back.
Yeah.
All right, we got to move on. I could talk about this for a million.
You're listening to this podcast, so I know you've got a curious mind. Here's a helpful fact you may not know yet. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $900 on average. Pop over to Progressive.com, answer some questions, and you'll get a quick quote with discounts that are easy to come by. In fact, 99% of their auto customers earn at least one discount. Visit Progressive.com and see if you can enjoy a little cash back. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $946 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2024 and May 2025. Potential savings will vary.
So this is a good segue, because from your thrifting gold rush, you have a lot of items, but at the same time, you're on Declutter Talk now, which is what I've been wanting to be on, because I need to declutter before I move. And so how do you balance getting all these items and then, decluttering?
So I think that Declutter Talk was because I've been on shopping like secondhand TikTok. I think that it was the algorithm feeding me the opposite end of the spectrum, But the other thing is that even though secondhand shopping is framed as more sustainable in a sense because you're reusing and recycling items, you can still hoard. Right.
You're getting a lot of stuff.
Right. Or when people are like, I buy secondhand at like ThredUp, I'm like, okay, like you're using CO2 emissions for your, like, okay, whatever. Like, let's not lie to ourselves. The decluttering of it all, I'm not trying to declutter right now. I'm not trying to clutter, but I'm also trying to strategically purchase things at a more affordable price point. And that is why I'm against penny deals, as we spoke about, because I don't want to buy things just because they're cheap.
No,
I want to buy the things I need that are cheap.
But if there is a penny deal of something you need, then that's fabulous. That's
of course. Like. And that is when the stars align and you're let into the warehouse.
Yes.
And Dina, I found so many things I needed, which was the craziest part. I was like, I need a microplane, and I found it.
That's amazing. It's when you go rogue and you just buy things that you actually don't need just because they're cheap. That's the problem.
As someone who watched my video, could you just tell me of what you saw, the thing you think was the best purchase and the dumbest purchase?
I didn't watch your second video, so
wow.
I have to get back to you on that.
Wow.
That's for next week.
That's offensive. I'm offended.
I haven't watched it yet. It's on my to-do list. I haven't gotten to it.
Oh, that's fine.
We'll link them so everyone can watch. Moving on to my For You page. My For You page has been very food forward. So my 2 videos are food videos, and then we also do have a food and drink section as well. But my first video is by Tay Smiz.
This has been my favorite snack as of lately. I was taught this when I worked for a prom dress store. It is definitely a Southern thing. I learned this from the boutique owner that I worked for, and she's definitely very Southern. What you need is a Coca-Cola. This is actually a cherry Coke, but any Coke will do. And some peanuts. Stick with me for a second. If you like Reese's, you like peanut butter and chocolate. Not that it tastes exactly the same, but it's like the same family, right? What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your peanuts and you're gonna put it in the top of a Coke that's poured into a glass like this. I don't like to get the ice cubes in my mouth, so I only put 3 ice cubes in, but I do think you need ice cubes no matter how cold the can of Coke is. What you can see here, let me show you. It creates these bubbles of salt, I guess. What you do is you take a sip and you chew on some of the peanuts you got in your sip. It's actually better when you do honey roasted peanuts, but this is the original is classic Coca-Cola and some classic cocktail peanuts. Thank me later.
So Coke and peanuts, you put peanuts in Coke. The salty and the Coke, I would like to try this. There was one job I worked on in a production office, and there was mounds and mounds of peanuts and Diet Cokes, and I would just snack on that all day, but I never thought to combine the two.
I don't want to.
That's fine.
I don't need to do this. Did you? I
haven't tried it. I will. I'll try it. I feel like my parents have peanuts in their house sometimes, so I'll go and I'll do it there.
I have Diet Coke in my house all the time, and sometimes I have peanuts. So maybe I could do it.
Try it. It's just an easy thing to try.
I mean, it's definitely more appealing than the jalapeno Dr. Pepper thing people were doing.
Yeah, I agree.
Ugh. Yuck.
Okay, next. So I'm morphing into your For You page territory now. Because I am on Fiber Talk. And I'm also on Trader Joe's Talk. I really like a lot of videos highlighting Trader Joe's items. I don't go that often, but I think it's really fun to see what Trader Joe's has to offer. Because when I'm actually in the store, it's very overwhelming. But having these TikTok videos, it definitely makes me like look for certain things. So this video is by It's Chris and Ford.
If you want to be a bitch that shits, you're going to hit follow right now because I'm going to show you all of my Trader Joe's favorites. All full of fiber and protein because I have two fucking goals in this life, okay? They're to maintain my muscle and take a shit every single day. And I haven't been to Trader Joe's in like 3 months because the one I used to go to closed down for remodel. And so we got a ton of shit in here. I lost 130 pounds, and for like the first 50 of that, this chicken shumai kept me alive, okay? 390 calories, 33 grams of protein, and it has 5 grams of fiber in there. Okay, I lied, there's only 3. These chicken burrito bowls are the ultimate weight loss hack. They're 370 calories, they have 22 grams of protein, and 9 fucking grams of fiber. Do you know how hard it is to find that much fiber in a frozen meal? Just add some more protein to it to round it out. I don't know why anybody buys pork or beef sausage at this point because chicken sausage is seasoned and tastes just as good and it has half the calories and double the protein. And if you're not buying beans by now, I'm coming to your house and I'm beating your ass. Don't think I won't. These lentil packets are the fucking goat, okay? 260 calories for this whole packet. It has, let's see, 12 grams of protein and 8 grams of fiber. And this one is only 300 calories with 13 grams of protein. And let's see that. 10 grams of fiber.
I like how he presents the things, and some items I've never seen before and some I have.
I have not been to Trader Joe's recently, so I will have to, I guess, stock up on some items.
Yeah.
What were the things that you would be most likely to acquire?
So I was happy he mentioned something he had never tried before, which I have tried. The chicken meatballs are very good. And there's this glaze that I got. Trader Joe's that does this great thing where it says recommended with so-and-so sauce. So I got the sauce combo. It was great. So that was one thing. The corn chips. One thing I really want to try that he highlighted was the pickle chips. I really want to try those.
I think that sounds good. I also...
Or it was pickle popcorn. Sorry, I think it was pickle popcorn.
Oh, so it's pickle flavored popcorn?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm less intrigued now. I don't know why I was imagining like a dehydrated pickle, which sounded appealing to me. The fiber thing has really taken off because it's the secondary. We did protein, now we're doing fiber. But I also think, and from looking at his content, it seems like he also does, like he has Ozempic. And I think that it also is connected to GLP-1s because that hormone, like the natural way that the GLP-1 hormone is produced is what fiber also does in your body. And so I think that people's attention because of the rise of GLP-1s is also being directed to fiber in a way that it hasn't been before. It's also just like, what part of the nutrition market have we not exploited yet? So it's fiber.
Exactly.
But you know what? Everyone needs fiber. My only, I guess, not condition, but recommendation is don't buy just like fiber sodas. Maybe eat a bean.
Yeah, there we go. Bean talk. Bean talk is always
my
thriving.
trash smells so bad right now because I put some beans in there and haven't taken it out yet.
Well, go do that. That's pretty gross.
I know. Sorry.
Okay, what's been on your For You page?
First of all, I mentioned this last week to you
did,
and this was
yes.
new information for you. And then Glam Demon 2004, the one who went viral years and years ago for saying spell Pharaoh, did a video about people doing undisclosed ads.
I don't know what's going on online lately, but we need to wake up our most bloodthirsty Republican senators, and we need to start a war on undisclosed ads. Because it's getting crazy out here, and I don't know why nobody's getting into trouble. I'm ready to lock some people up. I could give you a million examples, but this is the video that just happened to come across my desk. How to meet new people in New York City. Immediately, who cares? Also, can I just say the first 2 suggestions are go to pop-ups and go to Washington Square Park. Okay, but then comes the inevitability. Try apps like this bum-ass startup whose founders are going to end up in prison. Yay! Then you get in the comments, OMG, I love at this bum-ass startup. Now let's look at this person's page. Here's that girl's video. It helped me make friends in this city, whatever. I met some friends through this bum-ass startup, and to this day, we still sit around asking Claude for conversation starters. Oh my God, what's that bum-ass startup? You know what? I'll go ahead and answer that for her. They are building products to help humanity form, deepen, and maintain meaningful relationships with other people and places on a recurring basis. None of those words mean a goddamn thing. We won't tolerate an existence where we spend the majority of our time in a virtual world robbed of our attention, meaning, and core life experiences. Well, why would that be bad? Could it be that bum-ass startups are posting undisclosed ads to get sad people to go to their sad events? Like, this specific phenomenon is so blatantly illegal. I don't know how it's been going on for so long. And it is fairly new, but too long for my comfort. Lock them up.
I like that she's willing to just call out this company. And also, this is an older video, so I know it probably just appeared on your For You page, but she did this back in May.
Yeah, I don't know why that would have come up. Maybe it's because I had been like talking to you about it.
Yeah, I think so.
The other thing is that it's been happening to me again.
Yeah.
Today I followed an account because I started doing gardening stuff. I followed an account because I had gotten served some video about gardening that seemed cool. And then I looked at the account and I was like, this is trash. And I unfollowed it because it was this like AI app.
No.
So stay vigilant out there. And I also don't care about calling out the companies because they're all these like, even the companies seem fake. That's what
I'm glad she called them out. Yeah.
Crunch bot.
Right. Like trying to make a quick buck.
Have you found any, or have you noticed any since I pointed this out to you, or no?
Since you pointed it out, no, but I'm sure I'll fall prey to some soon.
Normally it requires clicking into the
right. You
profile.
have to swipe, to the profile. Yeah.
Alas, the next one was a video by Katie Zaccardi. I'm assuming it's her and her friend talking about their strengths in traveling.
I'm Katie and I booked the flights.
I actually don't know what Jane Austen looked like. The only picture that we have of her was a sketch done by her sister.
I'm Katie and I booked the trains.
Yes, everything in this room is beautiful. Let's remember that was all built on the backs of colonialism and slave labor.
Okay.
This really rings true for Catalina as the person who's explaining all the history, because that is the role you fall into every trip for sure. And if you don't know it, you'll just read Google to us.
Whatever. Also, stay informed. I am a curious mind. The part that really resonated with me was when she was in the museum. She's like, remember, this is all built on the backs of colonialism. Because that's me teaching my study abroad class where I'm like, do you like this beautiful palace? Think about where the gold came from. So, but also I sent it to my friend Megan and she was like, you actually do both of these things.
You do both because you're a planner too.
So I'm tired at the end of the day, you know?
Yeah, you just have too many strengths.
No, I'm just ADHD and trying to do too much at all times. Alas.
Let's move to our last section, which is food and drink. I spoke with Ashley, friend of the pod, about this trend. It was the tomato lemonade drink. And Ashley brought it yesterday. We had a beach day and it was delicious. So it's just lemonade, tomato, crushed tomato, like strained with some salt, and then we put some Tito's in it, and it's very refreshing. We were saying we might cut down on the sugar because it had a lot of sugar in it, but delicious drink. I would drink again. So thanks, TikTok.
I am intrigued. I would like a photo if you could send it to me.
I don't think we took photos of the drink, but it wasn't very aesthetically pleasing. It just looked like tomatoes and lemonade.
There was a creator named Baby Tamago who does food content who had a tomato drink a few summers ago that was very aesthetically pleasing. So what I would do is make this drink and then like mimic the way that Baby Tamago does her preparation, her visual preparation of the beverage, you know?
Yeah, I don't really care about visuals. I care more about taste. So
you eat with your eyes.
Not me.
You eat with this. You sure do. You sure do, and you know it. And you know it.
Well, if I ate with my eyes, would I like chicken salad? Because chicken salad doesn't look that great usually. So that brings us to our next trend, which is kind of crazy because Ben's sister was telling me about chicken salad chick last week. And then you just started talking about it. And then I started getting all these TikToks about it. So, like, when did this place become so popular?
I have some theories on this one. First of all, tell me about the Ben sister of it all. How did she present this information to you?
We were in Florida, and she said,
we're
should we go to Chicken Salad Chick? It wasn't in the area we're in. And then Ben's cousin had gone. She's in like closer to Tampa. And then we were talking about, we think the people who started it were probably Mormons.
They're from Alabama, so no.
Oh,
or maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe also Mormons
very wrong. Yeah.
They're definitely some sort of religious because they close on Sundays, like Chick-fil-A.
Yes. Oh, that's why we were talking about why they close on Sundays. Yes, that's how we got to there.
I'm sure it's some sort of Christian.
Yeah.
It could be Mormon. I haven't corroborated.
Yeah.
And you did not go?
No, there was none in the area in Florida that we were by, but we were talking about it, yeah.
I first started seeing chicken salad content on TikTok a couple years back when Bethany from Real Housewives was doing like Hamptons chicken salad stuff. Yes. What is the name of the chicken salad place in the Hamptons that
I
people
forgot. I could not pull that from the recess of my brain quickly.
Okay, well, that is that is what first like piqued my awareness of chicken salad content on the platform. And then I think I had been served some Chicken Salad Chick specific content, but like was conflating the two things in my mind.
Oh.
And a while back, I, was like near the Chicken Salad Chick in Columbus and was like, wait, is this the weird place in the Hamptons? I'm so confused. I thought that was like a small market, right? No. And so then I got some other content somewhat recently, and a couple days ago, it was a weird hour of the day. I hadn't eaten lunch yet. And I messaged you guys being like, guys, I'm really close to Chicken Salad Chick. Should I go? And everyone said yes.
I immedially said you must.
You also said try all the flavors. And financially, I did not want to do that. And also just like the mayo content. But yeah, so I went in blind almost blind because I tried to watch like 3 TikToks beforehand, but all I knew is I was going to a chicken salad restaurant that people seem to be really into. The concept is funny to me. I feel as though the tuna version of this would not work except on a person like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I was standing in there, I was just like, what is this place? And I picked up the brochure or like the menu and I sent it to you guys. I read the about, and that's how I learned. They opened in 2008. They started in Alabama. The story, like, I didn't go too deep. I was reading basically what the company tells you, but it's like a woman who was like, everyone loves chicken salad, but everyone has different versions of it. So she has her classic version and then all these different flavors. And you basically get like a sandwich, or you can get scoops and these sides. So since I'd watched the TikToks beforehand, I saw that a popular side was the broccoli salad, and you said to get
the grape
one
salad.
With grapes.
Yeah, it was really popular, I heard.
And then I had just watched a video of a girl who had gotten the buffalo chicken one, which in her video, she was like, I got this scoop for today and this scoop for tomorrow. And I was like, what?
Did you eat both scoops for basically the day?
I tried both of them, but I didn't finish them.
Oh, okay.
I haven't finished them.
The portions are big. Good to know.
I mean, it depends on how hungry you are, Like, I don't know how much... I think that it's normal to eat a scoop of a chicken salad.
Oh, like that's a normal thing on like a salad
scoops. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think... I mean... They have the calories on the menu, so you can see how much each scoop is or whatever.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of these places that you could tell would be popular with people who want like a so-called healthy lunch.
That sounds weird because it's mayo, but anyway.
Yeah, but it's like lettuce and they're showing you the calories and there's protein. Like it's mayo. I'm surprised they don't have one that's like the diet version, but maybe it's because it's Alabama. Like it's like Chick-fil-A, but does Chick-fil-A have fake healthy things? Anyway, I would say my review of Chicken Salad Chick is... Yeah, it was good. Definitely like pretty cheap, I think. I think in the future, I would probably just go if I really wanted. I mean, I liked that it was shredded. I don't know what your opinions are on like the texture of your chicken salad, but I liked that it was shredded.
The taste matters more than the texture to me. So the flavors would make a difference.
I liked that it was not cloyingly sweet, which I've had in chicken salads before that I don't like. I liked that I didn't have to make it, for example.
Yeah. Let's play this video by a Bloodline Banter fan page about Chicken Salad Chick.
You want to talk about Chicken Salad Chick? Y'all, I had to say a prayer. We had to take a moment of silence. Chicken Salad Chick is hands down the finest establishment that has ever graced God's earth. I don't understand. Like, Landon never wants to go. So
It's not that I never
always
want
have
to go.
Go by myself.
No, listen. Let me defend myself if you're going to attack me because I never want to go to. Chicken salad is just one of those things, in my opinion, that you have to be in the mood for.
I'm always in the mood for it.
And that's iconic for you.
And they have so many flavors. I could.
But Riley don't even get the best flavor.
What do you?
I get the grapes and the apples.
I don't want fruit in my damn chicken.
That's
that called? So weird. Fancy Nancy.
Fancy Nancy.
I don't.
Fancy Nancy has never done me dirty.
No.
Mm-mm. What do you get?
Sassy Scotty. It's ranch, chicken, bacon, and cheese.
And you know what? That is good.
I don't want a damn grape in my mayonnaise chicken salad. That doesn't sit right with my spirit.
I love how everyone has very strong opinions about the flavors. And then they mentioned the grape thing as well.
Yeah, there were no grapes in mine. So, point against.
Didn't you get the grape salad, though?
Yeah.
And there were no
grapes.
That's
imagine this. Imagine this. You make a batch,
right,
and you're only getting a scoop of the batch. There is a probability that you're not going to get a grape.
If you had to rate it like 1 through 10, that would take off a whole point for me, to not have grapes in a grape salad.
This is also why I probably would just go back and get a container of just one of the chicken salads and like eat it the way I want it at home.
Yeah.
Also because the side, in my opinion, I got the broccoli salad.
Not
too
great.
sweet. Too much sweet. But that's a personal preference.
Well, we'll end with this video, which is just visual, because Elise Dwyer says Chicken Salad Chick is coming to New York City. So I will be getting to try it soon. So I can't wait. And I can report back when it opens, which who knows when that'll be, but I'll be having it.
They're opening something either 25 or 75 locations in the New York area. Great. I looked it up.
All right. Well, this has been lovely. Thank you, Catalina. Thank you to everyone who listened. And we'll be back next week.
Bye.
Bye.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.